Drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Anna Hans-Ward.
It was the week before Christmas at a BBG meeting, so they wanted to send us a holiday greeting. They argued, debated, scribbled, and wrote, and our greeting was passed with a 5-4 vote. The meeting was over, the governor's gone, now it's time for our party. The Follies are on. Ladies and gentlemen, now to kick off the 2012 Follies, back from 3 years of warm, sandy beaches, great food, and great weather, or as we call it here in Washington, a hardship assignment or exile. Here is somebody we love and admire. Again, Neil Levon.
Thank you very much. Welcome to this year's 2012 Follies. It's the only agency activity you can take part in and then claim sick leave. But it's really great to see such a big turnout. So many managers and senior staff members are here. You know, it shows they can really take a joke, and they're really in the holiday spirit. They have a drink in one hand and cast evaluations in the other. But this show, of course, based on a sad note, it's the Mayan 2012 calendar, which means the world is going to end in 2 days. There go the buyouts. But don't worry, IBB is on the case. They'll make sure that all of us feel good about this coming cataclysmic event. But unfortunately, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that Noreen Kanabi has hired several anxiety counselors. The bad news is they're coming in on E2. But BBG is looking on the bright side of this. I was asking Jeff Trimble about this the other day, and I said, Jeff, the end of the world's coming. He says, does that mean no more employee survey viewpoints? Well, you know, we didn't finish as high as we liked, but we did finish ahead of Al-Qaeda suicide bombers. They finished dead last. Oh, come on. But you know, this is my favorite time of the year here because of all the VOA division Christmas parties. I don't know if you've noticed this, but every division party kind of takes on the characteristics of the region they represent. For instance, there's the VOA East Asia party. It was last week. And the thing about that party is the great food. Cantonese, Mandarin, Vietnamese, Thai. And if you can't stay, you can order takeout. Well, there's also the VOA, if you don't like that one, you didn't go to that party. You can also have gone to the VOA Special English party, but they're still celebrating 2011. And as you know, going on concurrently with ours is the TSI party. And to get people to go to that party, Andre Mendez is handing out party favors. Can you imagine that? Party favors? Be among the first 25 to arrive and you'll get your own 10-kilowatt. Well, that's better than the other gift he was talking about, earth tone laminated pocket protectors. I don't think you'd want any of those. But my favorite of all the parties is the Human Resources Party. Go to that, and Donna Grace greets you with a warm smile, a holiday greeting, and a leave slip. Well, I went in last year, and I asked for a glass of wine. And in true HR fashion, Donna said, don't worry, sit down, someone will be right with you. But it's been a rough year for VOA. We lost one of our funniest shows, Parasite, and this year, to get a hit show, we're going to focus on drama. So at the recent Pitch Fest, we asked everybody for shows that had conflict, plot twist, personalities, tension, and nobody won because no one could top the webcast of the BBG board meetings. And finally, we have to note that BBG chairman, former BBG chairman, Walter Isaacson left. He left earlier this year. You know who he is. He wrote that great book about Steve Jobs. Well, he left to write another book about VOA. It's called Cutting Jobs. It's soon available on a bookstore near you. If you want to read it, it's right here. But But I think we have a great show for you today, and to start off the show, we're going to introduce our MC making his Follies debut, the guy who puts the caffeine in American Cafe, Dave Bird.
Is this thing on? Indeed. There we go. Can you all hear me? Good, good, good. Well, welcome. Brought my Santa hat. Hi. Every fool needs a cap. Just wanted to say that the opinions expressed in this broadcast are not those of the Broadcasting Board of Governors, the Department of State, the federal government, or anybody with a brain. I am happy to be your MC this year. I've been doing music the past couple of years, but they asked me to do the MCing this year, so, you know. Marissa Melton was able to convince me. We will destroy the videotape after the show. All right, well, we're going to open with a Follies veteran who is making her last appearance as a member of the... Boy, look at this crowd. This is better than the Disney boy band. Wow, you always see people that you never met before at Christmas time, you know, especially if you put out food. You're like, who are you with? I'm from FBI. Heard y'all were having a show. All right, well, let's start off with Vivian Chikarian singing a well-known and well-loved holiday classic, You've Got to Put Out a Lot of CNs. Or OCNs. Sorry, OCNs. Sorry, I highlighted the thing. Kind of went over it. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, without further blather from yours truly, Vivian Chikarian.
Got to put out lots of OCNs. Send them out through the traffic with some sound and a graphic. Include video, it's better you know. You've got to put out lots of OCNs. Get a clip and said somebody say so. That will always get you lots of praise. GMA or maybe the Today Show, that earns you lots of praise from Matthew Bays. Take them out, don't be nervous, send them to the language service. Who cares if it's late or hard to translate? You've got to put out lots of OCNs. OCNs can be scored. How difficult, they just don't understand. Chase away the mouse that's on your keyboard, not the one you cover with your hand. That's the deal, they'll propel you. Have to have added value. The idea is sublime, eats up lots of time. You've got to put out lots of OCNs. You've got to put out lots of OCNs. You've got to put out lots of OCNs.
I'll tell you what, that was tighter than the turn radius on Bob Burns' scooter. Y'all will understand that if you work in the newsroom. Now, Vivian is going to be leaving us to go to the Eurasia division. God, she brings out all this talent, and now she's gone. Isn't that typical? Okay. Well, speaking of talent, I want to introduce now a flaxen-haired young woman who will delight you with her version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, VOA's own Marissa Melton.
Yeah. Take your time.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas or Hanukkah, Festivus, what have you. Let your heart be
vision impaired. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, Hanukkah, Festivus, Kwanzaa. Did I mention those? Make the Yuletide gay, and by that I mean happy. From now on, our troubles will be miles or kilometers away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us can be near to us once more, or we can Skype. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates or whatever you believe in allow. Hang a shining star, whatever symbol you prefer, upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little whatever. Now, you know, whatever you like, if you want to.
Well, I'll tell you, that was hotter than the derecho last June. All right, well, now, we did run that by our Human Resources Department, and they suggested that we change the title to Experience a Feelings-Neutral, Non-Height-Challenged Holiday Involvement. It didn't have the same ring. We thought we'd just keep it, but the court dates